Hello everybody and welcome to another Top Drives video. Now we recently passed 750 subscribers, which was my criteria for a garage tour. Now currently we have over 770 subscribers, so I feel like this video is long due, even though it's just 2 days since I hit 750 subscribers. Everybody who is new, who has come here probably from Blossom's channel, or if you just stumbled upon my video in the last couple of days, welcome to my YouTube channel. I post regular content here. I usually post a challenge video and a normal video every week, and then I post some extra videos in between that every now and then, like the collaboration with Blossom or like good investments and things like that. And also this video of course is going to be one which is going out Sunday, which is not a normal upload day for me, but we are going to get this video up anyways, because I promised you guys when I reached 750 subscribers you were going to get a free garage tour, so I'm going to deliver on that. Okay guys, so if you look down below in the description, there will be timestamps to each rarity, so if you wanna skip over my blabbering, or if you are not particularly interested in seeing comments, even though I have a lot of good comments and uncommons I'm going to tip you about, but if there is anything like that, the rarities will be timestamped in the description, so you can go to your preferred rarity if you don't want to sit through the whole video. If you do want to sit through the whole video, that is also completely fine. Of course, the entire video is going to have some sort of substance, and I'm going to try to go through my garage as thoroughly as I can. Okay, are you ready guys? Let's start off with the common cars. Alright, so it's time to go over my common cars, and we start very strong here with 3 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Yes, you heard me correctly, I have 3 of these guys because they are so good. I have 2 of them which are tuned normally, max engine, max chassis, 2 free weight, and then I have 1 which is maxed for weight and chassis. If you can hear any background noise throughout this video as well, I might as well point this out right now. I can't really do anything about it when I record these long sections, so you're just gonna have to withstand it. It's currently a thunderstorm going on outside, which is very... we haven't had a thunderstorm for like 4 months, but it's happening. So if you can hear any of that, or if you can hear like the mailman or something because it's in the morning, I'm sorry. Just don't mind it, okay? So these cars are of course really good. It's the best 4RQ US car by far. It's ground clearance low, which is obvious with these stats, otherwise it would never be able to be even common, I think. It would probably be almost rare even, I would assume. But yeah, it's an 80s car, it's a 4RQ car obviously, it's an American Dream car, and it's 8.984, which is a really good stat line for its RQ obviously. So that's why I keep 3 of them, and I really think you should do the same. Moving on, of course, here we got them. Okay, let's focus on these Honda Beats now. I have 3 of them maxed out, just as I have the Firebird Trans Ams, and that's mostly because I haven't had the need to use more than 3 yet. But if I ever get the need to use 4 or 5, of course I will max out the remaining 2 as well. I'm trying to get 5 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams as well, because it's good to have 5 of each of these cars, is what I think. So yeah. These cars are really good. They are slalom monsters. You can see 85 handling. They are obviously performance tires, so, and obviously only 90 top speed, but they have great off of the line accelerations, like even things like the Monaco G-force test or like the Tokyo G-force test. This can actually surprise, let me tell you. So if you don't have even 1 Honda Beat yet, I don't know what you're doing. You really need to have at least 2 of these, I think. I think it's really crucial to have these for the low RQ events, and also for club events. You very often need a Honda Beat to step in for you. Alright, moving on, we have the Citroën Meharis. I've got 2 of these maxed out the same way. They are maxed on engine and on weight. These are really good to have because they are the only common off-road 4-wheel drives, and I think they are just good cars to have when you need a low RQ off-roader, or when you have some sort of off-road challenge which is low RQ, these can come in very, very handy, and that's why I keep them. And I think you should keep at least one as well if you get one. Okay, so continuing on, we have the 2 Austin price cars, and obviously I only have 2, which is a bummer, but I'm glad that I even have 2, you know, and they are actually quite good cars, especially the Ambassador, but also the Maxi is quite a good car actually. So they have surprised me in some events actually, because I've used them in club events, and they actually work quite well as standard tires cars. So I could recommend getting them, even though you can't anymore. So if you don't have them, well, that's too bad, I guess. And then we have, of course, the Origin, the normal Twizy. Now the normal Twizy is a really good car, and I would really like to have another one. Now I haven't used this one too much, even though I got it 224 days ago. I've only used it for 110 races. And if you want to know why it's only 28% win ratio, because that doesn't seem very nice, well, it's because I usually use this one against much better opponents to try to only lose 50 points, if you get what I mean. So that's why it has such a low win ratio. It's a really good car though, it sure is. Okay, moving on. We have the Fiat Cubo, which I mostly kept for an event, what's it called, a Italian common event, but also it's actually pretty good for hill climbs, if you would believe that. So I've kept it. It's 10.081, which is fine. Then I have the Volvo 240 GLT. This one I've kept because I'm trying to max out every Volvo in the game, and I've maxed this one out for speed, and you can probably see why based on its stats. It would be a waste to max it out for engine and weight. And then we have the new Beetle, which is actually alright in its stat line. It's German Renaissance, it's 6 RQ, it is medium ground clearance, it's 9.5 and 80, which is quite good actually. I have no complaints so far with this car, and this has also mostly been used in club events, but it's an alright car, it's decent actually. And then of course we have the 4 Smart 42 Eves, which I got from the certain event winning, which is they are just there because they are price cars really. I have one of them which is maxed out, and it's an alright car, but it's not that good really. And then we have, well, this one is just here to fuse. I'm not actually going to work on that one. We have my Honda Insight. This one actually helps quite a lot. It's eco-friendly, it's 6 RQ, it's obviously Japanese, it's 8.879 standard tires. It's an alright ride, that's why I keep it. And then we have the Focuses. Now these are really good. I really think you should keep 2 at least of these. I have one maxed, which is Max 23 Max, and as you can see it's 9.985 medium ground clearance. It's pretty good, it's a pretty good car. You can see the top speed is not too shabby either, at 122 is pretty good. So that's why I think you should keep at least 1 or 2 of those as well. Then we have the Fiat Panda, which is standard tires 4-wheel drive, and as you can see we have a 12.373 here, which is pretty good. It's also an 80s car, so this is also one of those cars which are quite niche, but you definitely should keep one if you get it, because it can come in useful. And now we only have 2 common cars left. It's the Chrysler Town & Country. This is an American Dream medium car, which I kept just for American Dream events. It's actually alright with mid-range compared to other common cars, so that's why I keep it as well. And then we have of course the Australian Chrysler Drifter, which is really quick. This is a good car. I really like this. I enjoy playing with this, and this comes in handy so many times. So yeah, if you get this car, definitely keep it. It's really good. So that's all my that's all my common cars. And yeah, I guess now let's just move on to uncommon, and let's see what we can find there. Alright guys, so if you are a long follower of the channel, or if you've been watching for I think it's a couple of weeks since I said it, I've actually said that I have quite a good uncommon car collection. I think it's alright. It's not the best obviously, it can't be, but it's alright, so I will go through it with you now. So we have an Autosam AC1, of course. you need to keep this car if you have it. Standard tires, 10.2, 87, really good slalom car. You should really keep this one if you get it. I also have the Smart Brabus Roadster. Now this one is actually okay. 7.477 performance tires might lead you to think it's not very good, but it is okay. I usually use it as a substitute when I have a little bit of extra RQ to use with my common cars in like 30 RQ challenges and things like that. So that's why I have him. Then we have the Mito, which is a really good car. I don't know if you know about this, but if you don't, you should keep one. It's 9.0, 82, medium ground clearance, standard tires. It's just a good all-around car that you should definitely keep. Then we have the Subaru Legacy, the 8RQ one, which is 9.90 to 60, 75 handling, 4-wheel drive standard tires. Now this one is actually pretty good. If you come across this one, I'd recommend maxing it out because it's actually pretty good. So yeah. Now this is one of my favorite uncommon cars. It's the Lancia Fulvia Coupe. It's a really good car, 6.7, 83 performance tires. You can see it's low ground clearance though, but 117 top speed. This one comes in handy on twisty stuff, let me tell you. It's a really good car to be on uncommon with only 8 RQ, I think. So that one is definitely a keeper. Then I have the Mercedes-Benz S280, which is a good car. As you can see from its top speed, it's quite quick. I've actually upgraded this one though, like this. I definitely want to get another one to upgrade for speed. But yeah, I enjoy this car. It has a really good top speed and acceleration. Then we have the Caterham 7, of course, important car to have. Really good slalom car. It's a Caterham and it's actually, apparently, according to what I've heard, going to get standard tires in the next update, which means it will probably get pushed up to rare or even super rare, which is interesting. Then we have the DS5, medium ground clearance, 9.40 to 60, 89 handling. This one is a really good car to keep. I definitely like to have this around. I've had this around for quite a while. 132 days, 88 races, and as you can see from the win ratio, it's a really good car. 84% win ratio. It's also a diesel car. Very interesting car. Then we have two maxed out Volvos, and these I mostly have because I want to max out every Volvo. This one is a hot hatch, and this one is quite quick actually, 6.3, 0 to 100. This one is not even maxed out for speed. So yeah, that's quite a good car. And this one is alright, I guess. It's standard tires, which is fine. Then we have the Volkswagen Corrado 6.983, which is good. This is just an all-around car I just keep for having its sake. And then we have the Twizy, of course. I should work on this. I haven't yet, because I haven't really had to use that one yet, honestly. Then we have my Colt, which is a good car, actually. It's quite good. It's standard tires, 85 handling, and then the 8.0 makes it really good on twisty, actually. So this is one I could definitely recommend keeping. And followed up, we have the Nissan Patrol, which is a good... as you can see, it's all surface tires, 4-wheel drive, and its stat lines are not that horrible actually for an uncommon car. So that's also definitely a keeper, at least for me. And then we have the Honda Clarity, which is also good, 7.8, 85 standard tires. Also eco-friendly and innovative, which is very good for different sets of challenges. And this is just a low RQ gem, I think, that not many people use or know about. And then we have the Granite. I think a lot of people know about the Granite. 7.5, 80 standard tires, concept car, American dream car. It's an alright car. It's an all-rounder, that one as well. Then we have the Dodge Journey. Now this one I'm actually very happy with. It's 7.3, 80. It's standard tires and it's actually medium ride height. But this one does really well in like gravel challenges and things like that when you need a substitute, which is uncommon. I use that a lot. Then we have the Polo 6.782. I haven't actually had a chance to test this out yet, I don't think. Yeah, 0 races. So I don't really know how it compares. I just saw its stat lines and I thought this is good enough to max out, but I haven't actually had a chance to use it. Here's the Corrado. Of course, everybody likes this car. It's 6.484, low ground clearance, but it's a good car. It's just a good car. If you get one, you should keep it, definitely. And then we have the Vauxhall Frontera. 10.866. I keep this around so I can have enough uncommon cars which are off-road ready. It's a good car. It's actually quite a good car, and you get this quite early on often. So definitely if you get this one, keep it. It can be useful in the future. And then this is the Vauxhall Astra, 6.977, which is quite quick actually. Standard tires, of course, 10 RQ. Lower, I mean, it's the higher end of the uncommons, but it's actually a good car, and I would keep it if I were you. And then we have the Subaru Justy, the 10 RQ Subaru Justy, 8.572, standard tires 4-wheel drive. Standard tires 4-wheel drive cars come in handy so often on rainy challenges. This one is a must keep, in my opinion. Actually a very good car for the uncommon range. Then we have the Porsche 924. I really like this car. I've had it for a long time, as you can see. It has 69% win ratio of 318 races, which is a lot of races and quite a good win ratio for that amount of races. So I definitely recommend having that. Then we have the Peugeot 309 GTI. Actually quite a good car. I've done 62 days I've owned it, had 47 races and a 50% win ratio. So it's decent. It's an all-around car. We have the Pontiac Sunfire, which is good as well. 59 days, 22 races, 45, which is not very good, but it's good stats actually. 7.3, 84 standard tires. It's a good all-around car. And then we have the Nissan Patrol, the other one. I actually have both the different uncommon ones, and of course 11.573 4-wheel drive, all surface tires. Good car to keep, definitely. If you get this, keep it. Then we have the Opel Vectra. Now this one has actually come in handy on so many challenges where I had not had it. So I decided let's keep it the next time we got it, and I did. And I've only done one race, as you can see, and I won it. But when there is another challenge which this car is required in, I hope I can use it to my advantage. Alright, then we have the Mazda Junos. You definitely need one of these. Let's have a look. 137 races. Okay, 48% win ratio doesn't look very good, but this is also one of those cars which I use against really much more powerful cars, and then I only lose like 50 points. It's a really good car. Don't get me wrong, that's one of the best cars, uncommon cars in the game by far. 90s car, 90 handling, 8.0 in 0 to 100. Standard tires, it's just really good. Then we have the C-Type, which is 153 top speed, 6.5 0 to 60, 77 handling. This is a good one. It also has the Motorsport and the Style Icon tag, which is really good. Yeah, this one is a definite keeper. I have one race with this and I have lost it. But yeah, that's a definite keeper still, even though those stats won't pretty much back it up. But then we have the Honda Civic, just a normal all-around car. Actually quite a good car here. 88% win ratio out of 8 races. It's good. 7.281 standard tires. It's just a good car. Then I have two Honda City Turbos. I have one which is maxed out like this, and then I have one which is maxed out for speed as well. These are actually good. Both of them come in handy in challenges, in different types of events, niche events, and also in club events a lot. So I definitely recommend keeping at least one of those. Then I have two Chrysler XT Lasers. I just think they have really good stat lines, which are very good, and of course they are medium ground clearance as well. Very good cars. I have also the Chevy Volt, which is eco-friendly, 7.086 handling, standard tires, very good. Medium ground clearance. I've owned it for 33 days. And then we have the Chevy Impala. Of course, this one is a must-have. It's a really quick, uncommon car. Yeah, it's just really good. And then we have the BMW 728i, which is also a really good standard tires car to keep. It has good mid-range as well, and it's a 70s car. So yeah, those are all my uncommons, and I think most of them are really good key cars to have. So if you saw a car in here which you do not have, maybe you should consider keeping it next time you get it, because I can stand behind every car of these except for the Volkswagen, which I haven't tried out yet, of course. Yeah. Alright, so let's move on to rare cars, guys. Right, guys, so here comes the two categories where I'm really lacking in cars. and it's the rare category and the super rare category. I don't have nearly enough cars. I should really get a lot more, but I don't have a lot more right now, so I'm going to show you what I have at least. I have the Chevy True. It's a really good car, concept car, American Dream, a really solid keeper car. You should definitely keep it if you get it. I have the Honda Accord Hybrid, which is one of the cars I've owned for the longest time on this account, 244 days. Very good car. Definitely should keep it. It's also medium ground clearance, which actually helps it a lot. Now we have one of the new cars, which is really helpful. As you can see, this is 12 RQ, 6.189, 150 top speed pretty much. It's just really good. I've owned it for 39 days. As you can see from the win ratio, you wouldn't think this is good, but this is also one of those cars which I put against a heavier car, a better statted car, just to get a minimal loss. And that's usually what I do with the lowest RQ car I use in a hand, because that's the way you play top drives basically. So that's why the win ratio is lacking. Of course I have the 5 Firebird Transams, which you won, and this one is maxed. Really good cars, all of these. I only have one maxed, and I have actually never had to use more than one, so yeah. But I am going to keep all 5 obviously, because they are price cars. Then we have the good old El Clasico, the Chevrolet Corvette 396. Really solid car. You should definitely keep it. As you can see, I've owned it for 232 days. I've had good use of it, 380 races, 72% win ratio. It's just a good car. Same goes with the Mazda MX-5 BBR Turbo. Just a really good car. As you can see, I've almost had 600 races with this, and I've won 63% of the time. Really good car. And then we have 2 more Volvos, because I'm trying to max out all of the Volvos. Nothing really special with those. Then we have the Renault Sport Spiders. Now I have 2 of these, because I am going to max out 2. These used to be alright when they were super rare, but now when they are rare I think they are really good, so that's why I keep 2 of them, and I have 1 maxed out already. We have the Subaru XT as well, 7.0, 83, 4-wheel drive standard tires. The Subaru XT is a must have. If you don't have this one and you get it, you should definitely keep it and max it out. It's also an 80s car. It comes in so handy in so many different events. This is definitely a car you should not pass up on. And then we have the Renault Alaskan. I've never actually had any use for this whatsoever. As you can see, I've only had 6 races with it over 1.5 months. But I'm going to keep it, because someday I hope it's gonna come in useful, and I'm actually going to use it. 7.669, 4-wheel drive all surface. Not too bad, not too good. Then we have the 280 GE. Now this is a must-have for people to have. I actually want 2 more, so I can have 1 with each setup. So I can have 1 which is maxed on engine, 1 which is maxed on the normal setup, engine and chassis, and then 1 which is maxed on weight and chassis, because I want 3 of them. So if I get another one, I'm definitely keeping it. Then we have the Skyline hardtop. I got it now when it's rare and maxed it out, because now when it's rare it's actually quite good. The win ratio is appalling. Obviously I haven't had the right slots to put this in, but I definitely think if it comes a challenge which suits it, it will do very well. The Lotus Elise, now when it's rare again, it's really good. I actually have 2 here. I'm going to max out my second one soon. As you can see, I've maxed it on engine and chassis, and it's 4.987. It's a really good car. You should definitely keep 1 if you don't have one already. I have the Carrier Ford Focus. This is not the one I got from the Carrier, I don't think. No, see, I've only owned this for 61 days. But I've maxed it out. This is a good car to have actually. So if you get it from the Carrier, don't sell it. Then I have the Ford Ranger. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory why I kept this one, so I don't think I need to go into it. It's just a decent all-around car. We have the Code 130, which is really good. That's why I have kept 2. I'm going to max out the second one as well. It's a really good car. Nothing more to be said. It's a good all-arounder. Has actually pretty good mid-range, like much better than what you would expect from this car, which is very nice. Then we have the Ford Escort Rally Spec. This is just a good car. I definitely want another one. They are just very good. And then finally we have the BMW Z3, which is a good standard tires car, 150 top speed. It's just pretty good for being a BMW. Now, as you can see, this is not nearly enough rares. I should definitely work on getting some more. But that's all I had. The next category is also going to be lacking. It's the super rares. I don't have enough of those either, but let's move on to the super rares. Alright guys, so let's start with the super rare category. We have a Volvo, which is not even touched, but I'm definitely going to max it because I want to max every Volvo, as I've said. Then we have the Rover, which I won from the prize, and I'm not gonna sell it because it's a prize car. It actually comes in handy sometimes in certain 90s challenges, but not all the time, but sometimes when I'm trying to crunch down the RQ. Then I have two Citroën C2 R2 Maxes. One of them is maxed out, of course, Max 23 Max. These are really good. I'm definitely going to max out both of them. Then we have two more Volvo cars, which is in the maxing waiting room. I'm obviously trying to max out every single Volvo car. I don't have to tell you every time. You know, if you see a Volvo in my garage, you know its purpose. That's why I want to get all of them. And then we have the Montero. I really need to get around to maxing this one out because it's a really good car when it is maxed out. So yeah, that's also just in the waiting room of getting maxed out. We have the 147. I definitely want to max this one out because I think it has potential for its 16 RQ to do greatness. And then I have a maxed out 124 Spider. And this one is good. It's just a good all-around car. You should definitely keep one. Then we have one of my favorite cars, which is called the New Beetle RSI. If you don't know the story of why this is my favorite car, there is a video titled "The Cars I would most like to have in the new update," and I will in there I tell you the story. I don't want to go over it right now because it's a long story, too long for this video. But definitely one of my favorite cars, and I got really happy when I got it. And then we have the Subaru Levorg. Good car, really good car. It's also in the maxing out waiting room, as a lot of my super rares are. We have the Subaru Forester. I have really no intention in keeping this one. I'm just going to fuse it when I can. Then we have the R21s. One is maxed out and one is not worked on. I'm definitely going to max out this one as well. I need two maxed out. Then we have the 911 S2.7 standard tires. And now when it's medium ground clearance, it's actually pretty good. I really enjoy having that car around. And then we have the Touareg. I'm going to try to max this one out as soon as I can. We have the Durango. I'm actually currently maxing this one out. As you can see, it's actually ready to upgrade here. So this is the car I'm working on currently. Not the most useful car, but I want one maxed out anyways. I have the Volkswagen Tiguan. It's alright. It's maxed out. It's alright. And then I have two Suzuki Swift Rally Specs. One is maxed out. I'm definitely going to get around to maxing out the second one as well. I want two of them maxed out. Then we have the Renault R20 Turbo. This is also in the waiting room. A lot of these cars are in the waiting room. It's just, it takes a while for me to actually upgrade these super rares. But I will definitely get around to getting to the R20 Turbo as well at some point. Of course, if there comes up a challenge which I need this car in, this is going to take priority. That goes for all of the cars in the waiting list. Of course, they are needed for a challenge. I'm going to prioritize them. Then we have my lovely Desirs. We have one which is maxed out the normal way, and we have one which is maxed out on the handling. Now these are really handy, of course. This one has a really good win rate of 73, and this one has a little bit worse win rate of 71, but they are both really good cars. And then we have my maxed out Fiat Abarth Rally. We have two maxed out Datsuns. Of course, all of these three come in handy a lot. Both of my Datsuns are maxed out the normal way. I think they are just the better variant. If I get another one though, I think I'm gonna max it out for handling. And then we have this Cadillac CTS. It's just a really good standard tires car, and I've just kept it around because of that. It's medium ground clearance as well. Pretty good all-around car. So that's all of my super rares. I know I don't have nearly enough super rares either. I should definitely get some more of them. And it's just I need to max out some of the ones I currently have. And I've been maxing out a lot of ultra rares, so that's why I don't have enough super rares, because all of them goes into fusing. And yeah, let's move on to the ultra rares. I actually have quite a good collection of ultra rares. I think I have around as many ultra rares as I have super rares. I might even have more ultra rares actually than what I have super rares. So yeah, let's move on to ultra rares now. Alright guys, so here are my ultra rare rides. We're starting off with the Volvo. Of course, you know why it's here. Then we have the Lotus Elise from the Carrier. This is a really good car, you should definitely keep it. As you can see, 1,300 races, 73% win ratio. I will show you the win ratio of all the key cars from now on, because of course these cars are actually impactful and their win ratios actually mean something. The TVR, I just won this versus Blossom in our guessing challenge. I haven't gotten around to using it or even working on it, so I cannot give you any insight on this car as of now. I also have the Renault Sport Megane. I actually had this one maxed out and then I sold it. Stupid, I know. But now I have it again. And as you can see, I've actually used it because I needed to use it, I guess. But of course it's not even upgraded, so obviously it didn't do very well. Then we have the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 1, one of my favorite cars in the ultra rare section. And as you can see, I've had it for 71 days. It's done 229 races already with a 53% win ratio, which is pretty good. Pretty good for a 20 RQ ultra rare. Then we have the Charger Daytona. I've actually not maxed this one out yet. I'm going to try to max it out in the near future. It's an alright car. We have the Trailblazer from the Carrier. As you can see, 665 races with 68% win ratio is pretty darn good. 20 RQ, it's just a good car. We have the Aerovet. I haven't gotten around to using this one yet. We have the maxed out Touareg 5.477. It's alright. As you can see, 76 races, 66% win ratio. It's alright. We have the Ram. I haven't gotten around to. And the Megane 275. This is a really good car. If you get this, definitely keep it. The win ratio is alright. You see, 200 races, 66%. Very good. We have the AMG G63. Now this one is really good for hill climbs. If we have a look here, almost 200 races, 61%. Very good. We also have the Carrera. This one is one of my favorite ultra rare cars I have in my garage. A very good car. 69 races, 77%. Very good car. Definitely recommend keeping this. If you sell this or fuse this, you are a madman. Definitely keep that one. Then we have my Lotus 340R. This might be my favorite car out of all of my ultra rares. It's just one of those cars I had wanted for such a long time when I got it, and you can see why. 400 races with an over 70% win ratio. It's just such a good car. Wow. Definitely keep it if you get it. I have two of these which I haven't touched yet. They are gonna get upgraded, of course. I'm currently trying to max this one out. As you can see, it's 2 free, 1 free, and then I'm upgrading it on chassis right now. And of course I've played with it some when it's not upgraded, and of course it doesn't do very well then. But it seems to be quite a good car, quite good mid-range. Yeah, definitely a good car. Then we have the TVR Tuscan. I haven't really used this one, but it's maxed out now. And then we have the 718 Boxer. I've used this quite a lot. 1,000 races, over 70% win ratio. This is a good car. Most of these races are before the nerf though, because this car recently got nerfed. It's now 4.1 0 to 60. It used to be 3.9, so it's not as good anymore, but it's still good. Then we have this one, which is in the waiting room. We have my Carlton, which is quite good. 312 races, 55% win ratio. It's good for drags. It's good when you don't want to lose a lot of points versus epics. We have two more cars here which are in the waiting room. We have my two RS200s. I'm waiting on maxing out this one. It's a little bit worked on chassis. And then we have my maxed out one, of course, which has gone 329 races with a 67% win ratio, which is quite good. Then we have my Chevy Camaro SS Coupe. Good car, 3.993. This is definitely a solid car. As you can see here, 240 races, 65% win ratio, very good. Solid car. And this one, the Golf, 441 races, 70%. Very good car. Definitely a keeper, the RS500. Alright, then we have 4 BMWs left. We have the BMW M6. This is a really good car. 164 races, 61% win ratio. Doesn't do it justice. It's such a good drag car. It's crazy. Then we have the X6. Now this is also a good car. As you can see, the win ratio is not very good on this one, but it's a really good car. If you get this one, I definitely recommend keeping it. Although I think this one will actually catch up with it in some events, some track sets, which is interesting. And then we have the M5 and the 640i X-Stripe, which are both in the waiting room. So that's all of my ultra rares. And I guess now we move on to the epic cars, guys, and I will show you around my epic car collection. So guys, obviously I don't have very many epics, but I'm going to go through all of them with you. We have the Range Rover 5.0, just a good car. I maxed it out, of course, before it got into the epic category, that's why it's maxed. Then we have the RCT. This is a good car actually. Let's have a look at the win ratio. 93 races, 58%, it's actually pretty good. And this one, 1000 races, 72%, so good. So good. Then we have the R5 Maxi Turbo. This one is actually upgraded a little bit on chassis, and as you can see, the win ratio is very good on this one as well. I recently got another one. I'm definitely keeping that one, but it's in the waiting room to even get 9. You know, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. But yeah, definitely a car I can keep copies of with a good consciousness. Then we have the 1718 Boxster. This one is actually also upgraded once on chassis. And this one is not very good because the mid-range, but I do keep it around. It comes in useful sometimes. 323 races, it's over 50% at least win ratio. We have the 4C as well. The 4C, of course, is a car you should have. 141 races, 55%. If you have gotten this one, don't fuse it. It's actually a good car to keep. Then we have the numero 9. This is definitely the next epic I'm looking to max out. It's just a beast of a car. 305 races, 66% win ratio, and this is not even upgraded. We have the maxed out Lancer Evo, which is really good. 1000 races, 73% win ratio, such a good car. We have the CSR, which I am actually quite disappointed with. The win ratio is pretty good actually, but I am quite disappointed. It loses to other Caterhams when it shouldn't, which is a bummer. Then we have the Camaro from the Carrier. I haven't really worked on this one for a long time, because when it got the nerf to low ground clearance, I really didn't see any point in continuing to max it out. So as you can see, the win ratio is okay. 900 races it's gone, it's okay. And then we have the 911 Carrera S, which is the car I am currently maxing out. It's just one weight upgrade from being maxed out. As you can see, the win ratio right now is not very good, but keep in mind it is not maxed out yet, and I have probably put it against some pretty rough opponents. Still over 50% win ratio. Then we have the 911 GT2. This one I'm definitely doing something with sometime as well. Of course, right now it's not upgraded so well, so of course the win ratio is lacking, but that's only because of its upgrades. I think once I get it upgraded, it will be a really good car to have. I have the Ferrari maxed out for weight and chassis. I've owned it for 69 days only, and it's already gone 320 races. Crazy, right? And it has a 70% win ratio, which is very, very good. So this is definitely a keeper car. Obviously you know that. The Ferrari is one of the best cars in the game, period. So if you get this one, definitely keep it. I only have one. I wish I had more, actually. And then we only have 3 cars left. We have my maxed out Lancer Evo 8. Now this one is actually pretty good. 3.996. It's maxed out like this because it is a car you use on water. Often when there are cars with 4-wheel drive, you should max them out like this and not for weight and chassis, because on the water a tune like this often beats a tune which is weight and chassis. That's just my little top tip. As you can see, I recently only maxed this out, and I think before it was maxed out the win ratio was somewhere around 40%, and now it's up to 47%. So definitely now when it's maxed out, this is a beast. And then we have my RS7. Now this one I had for the longest time. When it used to be medium ground clearance, this car was dominating. Of course now it's not. As you can see, this is the car I think I've used the most in my entire garage, with 3000 races, 75% win ratio. It's crazy, guys. Really good car. Now though, I rarely use it. I pretty much never use it, which is a shame, of course, because nowadays it is low ground clearance. Then we have the Hellcat. I haven't actually started working on my Hellcat. I don't think I have really used it a lot, but as you can see, even though it's just 131313, it's 163% out of its races. It's a really good car. I am going to get to maxing it out, but as I said, first this one is getting maxed out, then the DS Namuru is getting maxed out, and then I am working on the Hellcat is the plan. I don't really want to prioritize the Hellcat. I know Blossom would be really angry at me for not prioritizing the Hellcat, because he obviously loves those cars. But for my taste, I think I am going to focus on maxing out the DS first, and then the Hellcat, of course, it's going to get its maxed out in due time, because it is going to be a really good car when it gets maxed out. There is no doubt about that. So those were my epics. Let's move on to my legendaries, guys, the last category. Alright guys, so when it comes to legendaries, I only have 4. I used to have 5. I sold 1. Stupid. I actually, well, I've only had 5 at once, but if I had kept all my legendaries, I would have 6 by now. So, unfortunately, I only have 4. I know, stupid decisions have been made. You should never, ever sell your legendaries, guys. And one of these legendaries I sold inside of a video, which is fine, because the video is called Why You Do Not Sell Your Legendaries. But the other one I did not even sell in a video. It's so stupid. Never sell your legendaries. I assure you, it's a dumb decision. Here are my 4 legendaries. The Nissan GTR. Now this one is actually better than what people think. It's really good on the hairpin roads, and it's actually quite good on twisty road as well, even though you might not think so. Of course, it's good in the rain as well. I've had it for 156 days. I've used it 1,300 times, and it's 70% win ratio, which is quite good. Quite good. Then we have the Nissan Road Car. Now this one I recently upgraded actually. Which means this is now 3.593, which is very good. I have not used it too much since I have upgraded it, and as you can see, it's been used for 1,200 races roughly, and it has a 62% win ratio. I expect that win ratio to go up now that I have upgraded it, because now I can place it against other Nissan road cars that are not upgraded, and I will obviously win every time. Then we have the McLaren F1. This is just a good car. It has such good top speed. This one is really good on the test bowl. I use it there a lot. And as you can see, I have owned this for 157 days, and I have 1,200 races roughly, and 57% win ratio. Now, the win ratio is so low because if there is not a test bowl, this is not really a good car. It needs to have a drag or a test bowl. If not, it gets beaten by pretty much every legendary because of its awful handling. But if there is a test bowl or if there is a drag, it's really good. And also, both this and the Nissan Road Car can be used in 90s events, which is very nice. And of course, I have 2 Nissans for the Nissan events with legendaries, which is also very nice. And then we have my McLaren 12C, which is upgraded the wrong way. I know, you should upgrade weight. If you are looking to upgrade your 12C for the first time, go weight. Definitely go weight. Weight is better than engine. Trust me, it is. It is better versus engine in each race, and it only ties it. I think it ties it on 1 mile drag, and all the other races it is better. So definitely, if you're going to upgrade your 12C, upgrade it for engine. Tell me, I tell you, do it. As you can see, I have 2,663 races with this bad boy, and it has 68% win ratio, which is actually very good. The 12C, everybody has it. You should definitely upgrade yours so you have a slight advantage versus everyone else. And if you're going to upgrade it, do it on weight. Just do it on weight, because that's the right decision. Obviously, I have upgraded this one on weight because it's the right decision to do. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you're going to upgrade it, do it on weight, guys. Alright, that was the legendaries. Alright guys, so that was my entire garage. I hope you really enjoyed this garage tour. It was actually a lot of fun to make, to go through every single car, because I have actually not gone through every single car like this by myself. And now that I have a better understanding of what I actually have in my garage, and I really see that I need more rares and super rares. I definitely need more rares and super rares, and I really need more legendaries too. Am I right, guys? I'm not gonna get more legendaries in a while though, I don't think. If you are looking at my videos, you have seen my current carbon fiber pack lock, and you know that legendaries are very hard to come by for me at the moment. So yeah, I am not having my hopes too high for another legendary anytime soon, but if it happens, I will be very, very happy. I hope you did enjoy this garage tour. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, it really helps me. When you hit the like button, my video gets recommended to more people, which is very good for me when my video gets recommended to more people, obviously because a lot more people will see my channel, and that's the best way to help me grow. I've actually seen that around 35% of my views actually come from the YouTube recommendations to people, and that's because of my videos getting so many likes. Very nice. I really enjoy and appreciate you liking my videos. If you're watching my videos and you're one of the 50% who are not subscribed, consider subscribing, because 50% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribing according to my analytics. So if you're watching my videos and you like them, why not just subscribe? Just do it, why not? And yeah, my Top Drives related Instagram will be down below in the description if you want to go and give that one a follow. I post interesting things there, like unexpected losses, unexpected wins, other things such as that. I also post like different things about my YouTube channel when I reach a certain subscriber amount, things like that, when I am happy about something. And also I post a lot of my thoughts about Top Drives, so if I'm unhappy with something, if I'm happy with something, that's the place you will get to know it. Also, if you're wanting to tell me something, or if you're wanting to discuss something with me that you think is too sensitive or too private for the YouTube comment section, don't hesitate, just send me a message on Instagram and I will try to respond to it as quickly as I can, guys. Alright, that was it for the garage tour. I have nothing else for you today. I will see you again with either the challenge video or maybe actually a pack opening video. We will see which one comes first. Until then, guys, goodbye.